after all the bad feedback, all the accusations, the judgment of my reviews of Real Housewives of Potomac, we're finally free from Potomac and we're back down south, but this time we're in Mississippi. We have a brand new show. We have a brand new year, which is 2021, and we're going to start off fresh with this show, okay? And it's called the Belle Collective, and it's right here where I'm from, right in my area, right in my spot, right in my zone. So we gonna talk about it. So let's get into it. Drop the music. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a review of the brand new own series called the Belle Collective. Okay, it's about 5 women that are entrepreneurs, successful black women in Jackson, Mississippi. As you guys know, I'm from Mississippi. As a matter of fact, I am from the Metro Jackson area. I'm from Canton, Mississippi. Canton is like 25 to like 30 minutes outside of Jackson. I'm from the ratchet the ratchet country part, okay? As y'all can tell by the way I talk, I'm from around there, okay? And I know exactly one person from this show, and I'll let you know who it is as we continue to go on within this show. So let's get into it. Now the first person we meet is Tamara. She's a radio personality on Hot 977, okay? That's one of the radio stations in Jackson, Mississippi. Don't really care for Hot 977 because the signal goes out as soon as you leave the Jackson area, so I always listen to, I used to always listen to 99 Jams, but because they both play trash music on the radio, I don't listen to the radio, but I'm just going by what my experience was growing up. And Hot 977 was not a good station to listen to because their signal was trash. But it is what it is. However, Tamara seems to have like this great personality. She's interviewing the mayor of Jackson with his fine self. And they were talking about all of the things that's been going on in Mississippi, especially the part about us releasing the Confederate flag as our state flag. For a long time, this has been an ongoing debate down here about whether or not we should change our state flag. And I'm telling you right now, when we all voted for it, I was so happy to go to the polls and vote for it because I felt like as a state we are always behind. We have so many things that's said about us. Everybody feels like we're all uneducated. Everybody feels like we're all slow, we're all fat, like they make us feel like we're 100% behind on a lot of stuff, which we are 100% behind. We don't have the same resources as some people do, and sometimes we have to leave here in order to flourish and branch out and do the things that we want to do. But these 5 women on this show has shown that you can absolutely and positively make a living here in Mississippi and be successful and be a multi-millionaire, and you don't even have to get in your car and drive the fuck off and leave this motherfucker. You can actually do what you got to do and still be in Mississippi. So they do give people like me that's like someone like me, for example. I'm a blogger. I'm trying to move up in the media circuit. Like I want to host reality show reunions such as this one. I want to you know, interview people. Like, you know, I want to do all of that. So, you know, is it my best interest to go somewhere else that, you know, has that? Like Georgia, they have that for me. I won't necessarily do that here, but there are people that I know that I went to school with that are entrepreneurs and that were able to do what they got to do just by being right here in Mississippi. So shout out to them. So we get into Latisha. Okay, now Latisha is the CEO of the Mississippi Brunch Association. I think that's the name of it. And she's really loud and country, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I like her personality. Like, she's always fun. She's over the top, very extra. But that's why most of us act around this bitch, okay? That's how most of us act. A lot of us are loud. You know, we are down in the country. You know, we kind of loud, but it is what it is. There's a place in downtown Jackson, Ferris Street. They used to have like the Ferris Street festivals and shit like that down there, and I know that before I was even born, Fair Street was the place to be. They had stores up there. They had all types of businesses. But I know as I got older, they didn't have anything on Fair Street. Like, it's like a ghost town in that motherfucker, to be honest. So, you know, it is what it is. So, it would be nice if Latisha can really get it back on point and get it back on track and make it be what it needs to be, because, you know, it's sad that some businesses don't want to come to Mississippi. I remember when I went to Atlanta, I think it's one of the last few times I went, and I was with two of my friends, and they went into Rashida's store, Pressed. Of course, my ass didn't go because I don't fuck with Rashida, but they went in Pressed, and they asked her, would she bring a location to Jackson, Mississippi? Her exact words was, well, I don't think anybody want to go to Mississippi. It's sad to hear that, but I mean, they're going to go where the money is, and there's not a lot of money here. But I do think that if someone actually took out the time to really try to develop this state, we could really get to where we need to be. You know what I mean? But I feel like with this reality show, it is kind of going to open up the doors for some of us, especially people like me that's in media, to do certain things. So, you know, it's cool. So then we meet Latisha's husband, Glenn. Now, apparently they have had their issues in the past with infidelity and entertaining other people. He's like, I think he works on a boat or something like that. I'm not really sure, but he's gone for like 20 some days at a time, but he's only home for 14 days. They also have a son, and you know, they have been working through all of their issues, and they're trying to do good as, you know, a married couple and parents. And she just want to make sure that they're both on the same page. So we meet Latrice, okay? And Latrice, who I know as Pumpkin, that is the person that I know. Now, I'm going to tell you how I know Latrice, okay? As I said, I know her as Pumpkin. I went to high school with Latrice. She's in the class of 2006. I'm in the class of 2007, so she's a year older than me, so she went to high school with me. Not to mention, she's my cousin's cousin. And not only is she my cousin's cousin, but she's the best friend of my cousin's best friend. So I know her very well. I've hung out with her before, you know what I mean? Like, I know her. So I'm not saying that we're best friends, but I do know her personally. You know, we have a lot of people in common. We have my cousin in common. We have my cousin's best friend in common. So, of course, we've been around each other plenty of times. And the way that she acts on the show, that's exactly who the fuck she is. Pumpkin is very fucking bougie. She been bougie as long as I've known her. But she's a very sweet person. I can't say that. And she also knows that I'm reviewing this show. And I did tell her that I would be talking to other bloggers about reviewing the show. And she knows me enough to know this. Regardless if I know your ass or not, there will be no bias. If I know that you're being fucked up, you're going to get called out on it. Now, you're free to come on my show, and we can interview you, and we can discuss it. But if you're being fucked up, trust and believe you already know that I'm going to call you out on it, regardless of if I know you or not. But she knows this, but I had to let that be known before anybody said anything. But I remember when she first started that vending machine thing, like, she put all her hair in a vending machine, and she put it in North Park Mall. That's like a mall that sits right on the county line, right there in Ridgeland, right there at the end of Madison County. Madison County is actually where I'm from. And, you know, Ridgeland and Jackson is right here, like, Ridgeland right here, Jackson's right here. So the mall sits right there on the county line. So on the other side of the mall is Jackson. So I remember when she did that, and when it became so big, she was all on the local news and all of that stuff. Like, everybody knew about it. And I've been to her beauty salon before, because my cousin's best friend used to do hair in that particular beauty salon before she got her own beauty salon. So yeah, I know her. And I also know the guy that you know, the little gay guy that was in the scene at the salon when he was doing the makeup, I believe. I know him too. That's Joshy Lee. And he was friends with my cousin back in the Gap. And I know that he did makeup for like Faith Evans and people like that. So he's a great person. Like, he does great work. So shout out to Joshy Lee. And his cousin also works with me. So yeah, I know these people. Pretty much. It's weird doing commentary on them. But it seems like she has a pretty decent relationship with her employees, but she also has to whip them up in shape and to get them in line whenever some shit not going on. Like, when she got an email about product not being in that machine, she let that girl know, listen, You got to get up there and make sure that shit is on point and get that shit in that vending machine. We can't be having no low stock. And that's true. When you're a business person, you cannot have no low stock on nothing. So her husband, which is Cliff, I don't know her husband. I never really met her husband before, but I did know that he was much older than she was. He's 20 years her senior. They were having lunch in her office, and she was telling him how she was going to this women's brunch that Latisha was hooking up for her and other women, but she really wasn't interested in going because she heard that they only go to this thing just to put each other down, and she feel like it's fake. But when he said it was fake, he said that she would fit right on in, and I was like, girl, I don't know what kind of relationship you got with this nigga, but that was not a good look, okay? For him to be saying some shit like that and on camera, that is some fucked up shit. But that's that older man shit. I don't like that. So we meet Marie with her Missy Elliott super duper fly finger waves in her head. We meet her. Now apparently she's the first black woman in Mississippi to run a mental health faculty for young children, and she claims that she runs Mississippi. I've lived in Mississippi all 31 years of my life and I've never heard of her. But however, she says she run Mississippi, so I guess she do, child. I don't know. I never heard of her, but it's a great thing that she does have a mental health facility for kids. Sometimes you need them. She has 3 kids, 3 grandbabies, and she's trying, and a husband, and she's trying hard to juggle all of these things at one time. But she makes it known that she's a successful black woman and she's doing her thing. She got a best friend and a business partner by the name of Essie. It looks like I've seen Essie somewhere before. It had to be at a mall somewhere. She looks very familiar. But they're talking about opening up a new facility, and the next facility that they open has to be bigger than the one that they already have. They started off in a 2-office situation, but now they're making millions in bigger places, and their goal is to open up mental health facilities all over the state. And I think that's a great idea. So shout out to Marie and Essie for that. She also says that she wants to add another program for substance abuse people, because her mother, she opened up about her mother having a substance abuse, and she never understood how her mother could pick the substance over her children. But what Marie has to understand is substance abuse is a sickness, and sometimes people be so reliant on those substances that they really don't know that they're hurting other people. So all I can say is you're in my prayers, Marie. I never really had to deal with anyone that had a substance abuse, but I see people who have, and it's really strange and it's messed up, and sometimes you will never understand unless you're really involved in it. And we meet Antoinette. She's a beautiful woman. She's a dentist in Pearl, I believe. If I looked on her shirt, it said Pearl River Dentrist. It said Pearl River or something as far as dentist stuff is concerned. I guess she works in Pearl. Pearl is like the white folks side of town, child. Like Pearl is like a suburb of Jackson. She is over there. And she's newly divorced. She was in an interracial marriage, of course. She was with her man for 7 years, but was married for 3 of those 7 years. And now she's freshly divorced, but she hasn't come out yet and told anybody that she's getting the divorce. So now she's fixing her dental practice up. She got a building. Now she's about to get her own dental practice. And she says she doesn't really know too many black kids that want to be dentists, but she hopes that they do. And she feels like having a dental practice here in Mississippi would be beneficial to other people. And, she's from Michigan and she's here. So maybe it is. I mean, we do need more dental offices around here, though. But the thing of it is, she must got a great settlement, because she finna pay $500,000 to get this shit built and fixed the fuck up. It's a lot of money. I'm pretty sure she got more than I got. So get it on, Antoinette. Get it on. So Latisha and Tamara, they meet up for lunch, and Latisha was asking her about her single life, asking Tamara about her single life. Tamara said this is the first time she's been single since the 8th grade. I was like, bitch, girl. How many men have you had since the 8th grade, child? You said you ain't never been single. Girl, I need to get like you, because I'm always single, child. Even when I'm in a relationship, I'm still single, girl. So I need some of your methods. Do you have any books about always keeping a man? Because, child, I be having men, but then I have to throw their ass away, because I always attract the wrong man. But come 2020, That ain't gonna be the case. Child, I already... We ain't gonna go there. It's another video for another day. But shout out to Tamara. But then they started talking about the brunch. And she really wants Tamara to be there and host it. Because she normally is the one that hosts her brunch. But she can't be there. So then they started talking about the Ferris Street project. And Tisha really is banking on these other women to come through with this situation. Because she wants to make Ferris Street something bigger and better than what it is. And I think that's a great thing. So Latrice and Antoinette, they at that Porsche car lot out there on I-55 by the Captain D's on Frontage Road. That's where they was at. So they out there and they started talking about the brunch. Antoinette was about to buy her a new car. And I think they were all talking about, both of them was talking about, you know, just going to the brunch to be empowered and doing whatever they need to do. And, you know, just get some, you know, positive vibes. Looks to me like Latrice and Antoinette is like those bougie sisters, you know what I mean? Like she said, I know how you feel about dry ass waffles and small drumsticks. I'm like, yeah, she don't like that. I'm telling y'all. Pumpkin is bougie like that for real. This ain't no put on shit. That is her all the way. She was like that when she was in high school, and she was like that when she was going to Jackson State. You know what I mean? But she is a nice person though. So, you know, that's why I fucks with her. She a nice person. So they're all getting ready for the brunch. They call each other up. They get themselves together. One of those guys, I think the guy that was doing Latisha's wig, I don't know him personally, but I know that we followed each other on social media. He is from Jackson. I know he does hair and all this other stuff, so everybody around here knows him. So I knew him from Jackson. I don't know him, but like I said, I knew him from social media. So Marie supposedly bought some hair from Latrice's hair store, and it's a brutal mess, she says. She took it to a gentleman to fix her lace front, and it's a mess. And she said that when she sees Latrice at the brunch, she gonna confront her about it. Wrong move, finger waves, wrong move. Get to the brunch. Latrice and Antoinette are not in their Phaedra Parks get-ups like everybody else is. They didn't realize it, but Latrice is like, we're here to, you know, give the brand new brunch. So then you got Marie with this 101 Dalmatians dress on, looking like Little Bo Peep mixed with a little bit of Darla from fucking Little Rascals. Like, girl, what? Girl, looking like she come straight off a damn Tyler Perry play. Like, girl, are you serious? So she sit down, and Latrice was talking about this whole mirror thing that Latisha was saying and all of that stuff. But I was like, Pumpkin girl, I get what you're saying, but just follow through. Just be a good sport about this situation. Child, like, don't question it. Just do it. You know what I mean? So then, as they were sitting up there talking about the dress and shit like that, I think that Latrice and Antoinette was kind of being shady when they was like, it's definitely out of the box. I'm like, there go Pumpkin. With the shade. Girl, I don't know if she intended on it though, but that's how it could have came across. So that's when when they started talking about the hair, Marie mentioned it to Latrice about the hair itself and how she bought it and how it wasn't no good hair. And Latrice said that clearly you went to the wrong store. Now this is what I'm gonna say to you, Pumpkin. You could have answered that in a different way. Now, granted, Marie was very aggressive. She was coming at you real foul in front of people, dissing your business. But at the same time, you could have answered that correctly, like a business person should. Like, clearly you went to the wrong store. You could have just said, I don't know. You could have said, well, I don't know what's going on here, but this is not the hair that I would sell. So maybe we could talk about this. Maybe we could talk about giving you a refund, or we can, or I could get you some new hair. We could have did that. But you played right into it by saying, oh, clearly this ain't the, you know, like you went right into the lion's den with her ass when you didn't even have to. Marie, why the fuck did you wear the fucked up wig to the brunch in the first place? You look stupid already with that dress on, and now you look even more stupid by wearing a lace front that you call trash. So then, not only that, Not only that, did you not, you said you bought the hair and you took it to a dude to make your lace front. Did it ever occur to you that you took the hair to the dude and maybe he could have switched up the hair? Maybe you did buy some hair from Latrice, but at the same time you took it to somebody else, and that somebody else probably switched it out and made that shit. You know, and to be honest, knowing her and knowing the people that buy hair from her, everybody says to her hair is great. I never heard anything bad about her hair. Never heard nothing about her scamming people, none of that. She has a great reputation around here. So you might need to talk to the dude that you got to make your wigs for. Then she starts saying, I can buy all your hair. I'm rich. Girl, how long have you been rich, Marie? How long have you been rich, darling? That's what I'm trying to understand. How long have you been rich, child? And then they start going back and forth, and then Latrice just got up and left, and Antoinette followed suit. And like Carlos King said, this whole beef between Latrice and Marie is very reminiscent of Kenya and Portia. I can tell. But with that being said, child, this is my review of the first episode of Belle Collective. Be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. All of that is at the bottom of my video, and just be sure to share it. Make sure y'all support this show. I'm supporting it because for two reasons. Number one, it's in my neck of the woods, Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi. That's my neck of the woods. Number two, the home team, Latrice, is on there. Like I said, she's from my hometown, which is Canton, Mississippi, 25 to 30 minutes away from Jackson. We went to the same high school, which is Canton Public High School. She's a year apart from me, and you know, I just want to support. You know what I mean? Because it's right here in my neck of the woods. You know, I'm always talking about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Potomac and all this other bullshit. Now I can talk about something that's actually going on in my area, and I'm excited to do so. Also, be sure to check out reviews of this from Erica Danero, Giving You the Real Tea, Really BTV. I think I said Giving You the Real Tea already. Who else? Color Me Pink. And quite a few others will be doing reviews on this. Jamie That's Me will be doing reviews. Niecy Dixon will. I think Bondi Blue is. And I think Spilling All the Tea is. I think everybody from the panel will too. So be sure to be on the lookout for their videos. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.